of a communication network.
Okay, very good, Galindo. Okay, then how is the bus topology? How is bus topology? How is bus topology?
The devices are connected in, to a linear transmission cable.
Very good, Johnny Gary. Okay, then, and what about the star topology? What about the star topology?
In the star topology, the server is connected to each node individually. It's only one connection from the server, directly from the server to each node.
Okay, then, today we are going to be introduced to a new unit after we have read. Remember that you have worked the reading. And today we are going to go into a new unit, that is unit number 3, and it is based on programming language. But the question is, what is programming language? What is programming language? My dear engineers, at your level, you should be like popcorns. What is programming language? Christian? Yeah? The language of the computer. Does it speak any language? Christian Adrian, do computers speak any languages? No speaking. Okay, but how do we communicate? How do we communicate? Daniela, do you remember? How do we communicate? Do we have to learn the language of the computer, or the computer has to learn the language of human beings? What do you say? People, what is programming language? What is programming language?
It's a language that human can speak or can interpret, that after is combined with a compiler that is converted to a language that the computer can understand.
Okay, very good, Johnny Mamani Cortez. Okay, we are going to use the same language? No, because we cannot talk through bits or ones and zeros, yes, we cannot. Can you imagine saying, oh, Mauricio, 111000? My goodness, yes. What do you think, Alex Israel? Alex Israel? Okay, what do you think about computer language? At this level, we should be sure about how do we communicate through computers language. Let's remember that we are going to use the binary codes, yes, that it's based on ones and zeros. Of course, we are not going to speak 11 or 00, neither the machine is going to learn the alphabet. We are going to introduce the signals through the keyboard, and this is going to be changed, yes, into the computer's language. In this way, we are going to start working today about the programming language. And the first question that we ask is, what is programming language? Yes, what is programming language? I'm sorry, I don't know why. We do not want to. Yeah. Okay, that's better. Yeah. Just present. Oops, sorry. Ok, am I sharing? ¿Estoy compartiendo, chicos? Yeah. Okay. So if we talk about what is programming language, we have mentioned it that programming language, it's the vocabulary, it's the grammar, it's the rules, it's the lexic that we may use to instruct a computer device to perform on a specific way. And we are going to have in the way of a text. How is this going to be changed into words? Remember that we have worked in English 1, how it is changed, okay, these binary numbers, how are they, or how do they work to have a text. In this way, we are going to, I am going to turn off. Okay, we are going to say that the programming term is related with high-level languages and also low-level languages. Yes, if we talk about the first high-level languages, we are going to talk about the C++, the C++, the COBOL, Java, Fortran. And if we investigate, if we search information, of course, there are almost 1,000, we may say, programming languages that have been used, yes? Si nosotros hacemos una revisión histórica de los programas de lenguaje que han sido utilizados, vamos a encontrar que no solamente son estos 5 que nosotros lo vamos a ver en adelante, que son los más, vamos a llamarlos, los top 5 o los top 6, ¿ya? Por supuesto, si nosotros hacemos esta revisión de los diferentes tipos de lenguaje que existen, vamos a encontrarnos con que hay muchos, ¿no? So, if we talk about them, we are going to talk about the types of programming. Yes? Programming languages are in 2 types. The high-level programming languages and the low-level programming languages. How are the high-level programming languages? People? How are the high-level programming languages? How are they? Any person? People. Okay, okay, Erwin?
The high-level programming languages can be easily understood by the people.
Very good. What more?
The high level are designed to be more friendly with people, but the low level is more compatible with what actually the computer does in terms of instructions.
Okay, so if we work with the high level ones, we are going to mention what our friend told us. The high-level programming languages are simple, yes, and compared with the human language, but this is going to be complex. It's going to be complex among the same programs that we are going to have. This combination of zeros and ones and the codes that they use is called, yes, or are called the machine languages. Okay. Then the high-level languages are assembly languages. Okay, so they are going to be used by my engineers, that are you, because if you tell me, okay, Mrs. Estela, you are going to write a code, no, I don't know. Yes, this is useful for you. Then, what about the low level programming language? How is the low-level programming language? Let's refresh. How is? Who is going
Is
to?
the
Daniela?
language machine? Is the language machine?
Yeah. But which is the difference with the high-level programming language? Which is the difference? Marco Antonio and Erwin Antonio told us about the high level. But now let's talk about the low level programming language. How is it? How different is from high level? Is it the same? Hmm? What do you say?
The low level is easier to understand by the computer and more difficult for us to read the code.
Okay. It's easier to understand, but for us, it's going to be more difficult. What do you say? Other people. Christian Adrian, where is Paola? I have 70 students.
Can I, teacher?
Go ahead, Daniela.
Um, a low-level language is a programming language that provides little or no abstraction of programming concept and is very close to writing actual machine instruction.
Okay. Okay. Then we are going to check in our, okay, yes. We have that low level. It's a type of language, it's a kind of language, yes, that contains basic instructions. It contains basic instructions that are going to be recognized by the computer, okay? So low level, it's a type of language that contains basic instructions. And it's going to be recognized easily by our machine. Another way, or on the other hand, the machine language, yes, is the lowest level of the computer. The code is the lowest, el más bajo, yes. It contains binary code. Because if we talk about quantum computers, which ones are we going to use instead of binary? How are we going to start or understand if we use here the binary? In quantum computers, we are going to use what? What are we going to use? People, what are we going to use? Andres Chavez, what are you going to use?
Sorry, teacher, can you repeat, please?
Okay, quantum computers, what do they use? if in the common computers we use binary codes, in quantum computers, the qubits, yes? The qubits. We are not going to use the binary ones, the qubits. So, the two most common types in low-level programming languages we are going to see. The first one, the assembly language, and on the second place, the machine language. What is the assembly language? What might mean assembly language? ¿Qué significará assembly language? ¿Qué dicen, chicos? ¿Qué significará assembly language?
¿Lenguaje ensamblador?
Ensamblaje, and we have the machine language. Yes? Okay. How are we going to differentiate them? Let's refresh that the machine code, yes, it's going to be the set of instructions that the CPU is going to understand. And this is based on ones and zeros. That is the machine code. Okay, besides that, we have to say that a program written in machine code is going to consist on zeros and ones. Both are called binary. Both are called binary. Yes, zeros and ones are binary numbers. So even when we are going to have thousands and thousands of zeros and ones, we have to take into account that this is going to be changed into the machine code to give us the text. Yes? And the machine code is going to consist, let's remember, in ones and zeros or zeros and ones, which are binary numbers. Okay. We have talked that we have the assembler and the machine language. If I am going to type on the keyboard, yes, the machine is going to send this, and this program, this assembly code, is going to change this into the binary language to have as result our letters. Let's remember that the high language is quite easy to use, yes, and the low language is going to be how? Easy or difficult? How is going to be?
Difficult.
Difficult. Okay. The difference between high and low level languages. Remember that maybe we are going to have more differences. Yes, but the main differences are going to be in. Who is going to read this? ¿Quién le va a leer esto, por favor, rapidito? Vamos. El primer círculo, ¿quién se anima? Okay, go ahead.
Higher level language. Although there are many computer languages, relatively few are widely used.
What about the other one?
Machine and assembly languages are low-level, requiring a programmer to manage explicitly all of a computer's idiosyncratic features of data storage and operation.
Okay, so high-level language, yes. We are going to say that the machines with high-level language are few, but the low-level language is required by the programmers to manage the computers, programs, and data storage, the characteristics. We are going to see that the high-level language, yes, we are going to have in few computers, while the low level, we are going to say that it is required by programmers. Yes? Okay, my babies, let's go at the next one. The high-level language and the low-level language. The main differences that we may find are mentioned here. Which are they? In the high-level language, you have the friendly programmer, and you need a less efficient memory. It's easy to understand and to use by programmers, and also it's easy or simple to maintain. It is portable. You can run in a platform. Okay, you need a compiler and also an interpreter for the translation. While in low-level language, we are going to find out the machine-friendly. We are going to remark, let's pay attention, please, that here the high level, it's concentrated on programmers, yes? While the low level, it's concentrated on what is the machine, yes? Our machine is going to have a high, okay, we are not going to say high, we are going to say efficient and extended memory, yes, but we are going to have some complications to understand the program, yes? So we need to complex to the back, and it's complex to maintain, and it is not portable, and the machine is completely dependent, yeah, and it's not used as the high level in a common way, use it in our machine, okay, or in a programming. We are going to use this just, yeah, just as dependent of, yes? Okay. Okay, if we ask how many machine languages exist, do you remember? How many machine languages exist? Or there are? More or less. A ver, ¿quién se anima a decir cuántos lenguajes de programación conocen? A ver, Edeni, Sharon, ¿de cuántos lenguajes de programación has escuchado su nombre?
Java, Python, C,
Solo cuatrito.
I know that there are many more.
Ok, Alejandro, Javier, ¿te acuerdas? ¿Has escuchado? ¿Cuántos? A ver,
Yes.
¿cuáles? ¿De cuáles te acuerdas? A ver, vamos.
C++,
¿Ya?
Sí.
C++.
C, Java, JavaScript, and Perl, and Python.
Only 6?
Yeah.
A ver, vamos. A ver, ¿dónde está Dylan Andrés Velarde? Dylan, ¿te acuerdas de cuántos has escuchado? ¿O has visto en fotitos sus nombres? A ver, ¿qué dice? Dani Rosario. A ver, ¿cuántos han escuchado? ¿Cuántos? De pronto hemos visto más.
Los antiguos, tal vez, el COBOL, Pascal,
Ajá,
así, Assembler, que es el lenguaje de nivel bajo.
ya,
Foxtrot creo que es otro antiguo.
ya. ¿Cuántos más? A ver qué dicen.
Can I, teacher?
Ok, Daniela.
Kotlin, C++, C, Python, PHP, Java, Ruby, HTML, CSS. Yes.
Ok, ¿qué más, Fabiola? Which is the top programming language? ¿Cuál es el que está ocupando en este momento el top? Así como en la música. A ver qué dicen. ¿Cuál será
It's
el
Python.
¿Es
Python
Marco
is
Antonio? Wilson?
Python.
Python. Ujú. Muy bien. ¿Qué saben acerca de Ruby? Python está en primer lugar, ahorita está en primer lugar. Pero, ¿qué sabemos de Ruby? Por supuesto que no está entre nuestra lista que vamos a ver, los diferentes lenguajes. Pero por referencia, a ver, ¿qué sabemos de Ruby? ¿Qué
Eh,
tipo de versión de lenguaje es este?
it is to development web page and it's easy.
Okay, it's easy. And Python is difficult?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more easy the Python teacher.
It's easier. It's easier Python. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, what do you say? Please, my friend Jacqueline Belén. Jacqueline Belén. Jacqueline.
Teacher,
Okay, go ahead.
the first one or the second one?
If you want the second one, if you want the first one.
Okay. High-level language, programmer friendly, less memory efficient, easy to understand for programmers, simple to debug, simple to maintain, portable, can run on any platform, needs compiler or interpret for translation, widely used for programming.
Okay, very good. Then, if we go into the text, yes, when they ask us how many programming languages are there, yes, we are going to have the answer that at least there are 700 of programming languages. Do you know? At least 700. ¿Cuánto sería 700? ¿Alrededor de
700.
cuántas existen? ¿Qué dicen? 700. Ok, pero no estamos obligados a conocer porque si nos vamos hasta atrás, vamos tal vez como referencia bibliográfica, vamos a verlos si tenemos tiempo, ¿no? Pero en tecnología tenemos que ver lo nuevo, la tecnología nueva. Desde luego que no podemos desechar material que ya ha tenido su experiencia antes. Tal vez hacer una relación, una comparación y pues dentro de la tecnología, ahora, como hace rato nos decía el compañero, la que está en primer lugar es Python, ¿no? Y pues los vamos a ver más adelante. Ok. Then, we have this. As computers have evolved, many different computer programs were created. Muchos programas, lenguajes de programación han sido creados. Y como hemos dicho, alrededor de 700 son los lenguajes de programación. Tal vez el 1% hemos escuchado o tenemos referencia, como COBOL y demás, ¿no? Pero después son desconocidos para nosotros. Entonces, cuando hay esto de que tenemos los lenguajes de programación y nosotros queremos revisar diferentes espacios donde tengamos que tener como referentes, ¿sí? Nos vamos a permitir sugerir entonces la presencia de un material como es Tecnopedia, ¿sí? Ok. Oh, perdón. But this is also okay. These two links are going to help you a lot. Estos dos recursos de revisión de material les van a servir de mucho en cuanto en cuanto a vocabulario, en cuanto a conceptos, en cuanto a tecnología nueva. La maravilla que tiene Webopedia es que todo su material es fresco, ¿no? Y todos los días estás refrescando terminología que va apareciendo. Entonces, esa es una ventaja. Ok. Finally, ahora sí vámonos con nuestra última diapositiva. Ok. Finally, as we have mentioned that there are many languages. Yes? But we are going to concentrate our attention in these 6 programming languages. They are considered the top ones in this moment. But I have to remark that the high version of Python might be Ruby, but it's not so common. Ruby is not so common because it is expensive. While Python is more popular. That is why it is adapted by many programmers, yes? We are going to see Java, HTML. Okay, bien. Okay, then, if we want to conclude, if we want to close this section, we are going to remark that programming language is, a ver, vamos. Programming language is nobody.
is the language that we use to talk to the computer, how we
Okay.
tell the computer to do the instructions, or what we want the computer to do.
In this way, we have mentioned also, we have how many types of programming language?
700.
700.
Please?
The high level and low level.
The high level and low level. How is high level language? How is high level language?
Friendly with the programmers.
Okay, friendly with the programmers. And low level, friendly with machine. Okay, so we have mentioned it that there are only 6 types of programming language. Yes or no? We have mentioned it that we have only 6 types of programming language. Yes or no?
No.
No. How many, Christian? 700. And we are going to work only how many? How many?
6.
Creo que me voy a ganar
6.
media hora más.
6.
6. Okay, only 6. Ok, vamos a parar acá. A ver, pero con la consigna siguiente. Enseguidísima yo voy a subir esta presentación. De hecho, ya la voy a subir. En su presencísima. Lo voy a subir. Y pues, ustedes van a tener que leer el texto ahora. Vamos a tener que leer el texto y hacer una relación con lo que se ha trabajado hoy día. Segundo, la intencionalidad de no trabajar todavía en la presentación los 6 tipos de lenguaje de programación está en que mis estudiantes van a tener que leer su texto y pues van a tener que informarse y empaparse de todos los conceptos que se tienen acerca de estos lenguajes de programación, ¿ok? Entonces, para la siguiente clase, la consigna es que nosotros tenemos que leer, ¿verdad? Muy bien, ya se está publicando. Listo, ya está entre sus materiales. Ya está este material que hemos trabajado hoy día. Y por favor, leer la unidad para la siguiente clase. ¿Ya? Leer la unidad para la siguiente clase. ¿Estamos claros? Ok, entonces que tengan buena tarde.
Lice, yo tenía una preguntita acerca de la práctica.
Dígame, Joy.
En la práctica está mencionando la página 43 de falso verdadero, pero en el libro dicha página es de opción múltiple. ¿Esa la vamos a hacer o cuál es en realidad?
Tienes ahí, a ver, tienes en esa lecturita, ahí donde tienes la lectura, tienes primero 2 ejercicios extras. Yo no les he puesto que me vayan a presentar eso más, solamente les he puesto lo de falso y verdadero. En base a la lectura, tú te vas a la última partecita y dice falso, verdadero. Eso nomás, Joel. ¿Ya? Y es de la unidad 2, no hay dónde perdernos. Por ahí en mi texto está en la 43 y en tu texto puede aparecer porque está más reducidito, tal vez en menos número o en más número, ¿ya? Pero es la unidad 2, o sea que no nos vamos a perder.
Ok, vale, gracias.
Ok. ¿Alguna otra duda? ¿Tienen hasta medianochita? Ok. Que tengan buena tarde entonces, chicos. Nos vemos.